Alrighty. I'm just gonna run with it.
What's up, Jaden? What's up, Collector? How you doing? Good to see you guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate the words. Me and the crew are really trying to pick up what you're putting down. Appreciate um, just, just back the Sunday before the go back to work and stuff like that. It's good to know that people are just doing their stuff, doing their thing. I appreciate that. Hi, Jaden. What's up, man? What's up, Amplixia? What's up, Collector? What are you doing? Out there collecting bones far from home, looking stoned. I don't know. Just trying to make sense of this world. Hasn't made sense to me in quite some time. That was not my lips, that was the pen, the cap coming off the pen. It sounded like a cartoon, but it wasn't. It was the goddamn pen. This pen, look at this beast. Look at this side, yeah. Not quite. Not quite. How much for the drawing? Well, I'll tell you what, mate. If you've got a gallon of milk, let me finish it up here before you start drooling over it. Give me a moment. I would say a cup of milk and a gram of sugar. Now, we've all been there, and I'm there right now, mate. I could use all the help I can get. Me and the kids would really appreciate it. Just, I swear to God, just some milk and some sugar. And you would feed us for a week. But I do appreciate the courtesy and the company. That's for darn sure. Golly gosh darn dang, it's like I was born yesterday. We're all gonna die. Okay, let's not talk about that anymore. What should we talk about then? What else is there to talk about besides the fact that we're all gonna die someday? Yeah, but that's kind of a downer. We're trying to, we're trying to lift people up here. Lift people up? What do you mean? Like hang them on hooks or something? No, 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 no. No, just trying to make people feel welcome and happy and shit like that. Happy? Yeah. Happy. Yeah? I'm gonna have to Google it. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, it just means joyful. Full of joy. Yeah. Joyous. Is that why my middle name is Joy? Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. It's cool. Makes sense. I mean, I'm happy. I'm a happy clown. I'm a happy son of a bitch. Yeah, you are. Thank you. I just, it's been a long time since I've talked to anybody. In real life, anyways. I always feel like nobody's listening. No, I've been listening. I've been listening for your whole life. Who are you? You don't know? It sounds familiar, but I can't. It's Terry. Oh, Terry. You're back. Yeah, I'm back. It looks like you're finally drawing again. Yeah, I'm drawing for now. You know how it is. No, I don't. But I do know that you don't, you gotta stop talking and draw more. Okay, Terry, I'm sorry. That's okay, little buddy. Jeez, I'm just trying to make sense of this old world is all. Yeah, you can do that with less talk and more drawing. We need to meet our quota. And we are not at our quota. We're only halfway to our quota for the month, and you are slacking. I'm sorry about that, Terry. I really am. Terry? Terry? What? Oh, the speakers are going out. I can see him through the window. I gotta restart this thing. Sorry, guys. Hold on a second. Can you hear me now? Yeah, I can hear you now, Terry. What's going on? Yeah, let's talk more, draw. Okay. Jeez. I thought you had something else to say. Guess not. But yeah, everybody, that's what it's like to live under the thumb of somebody who thinks that they have creative control over my brain. In A minor. Well, I was mining in the local hills in the country. Looking for some gold, looking for some coal. Getting really cold, think I'm gonna die. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. Frickin' bug trying to get me. Frickin' bug. Does anybody know the secret to the universe? Because I think I just figured it out. You've got to flick it like a bug. You've got to flip it like a bug. Here we go. Perfect. This is a very joyous occasion. Very joyful. And maybe there can be something right here too.
Here we go. That's better. Hello, recluse. Welcome. Welcome to the club. If you'll look to your right, there's a coat rack. Hang your coat on the rack, will you? Won't you? To your left, you'll see the bar. It serves nothing but goldfish all night long till the break of dawn. Right or wrong. Billy Billy Bong Bong. Everything rhymes on the left-hand side of the room near the bar. It's not too far, especially if you're in a car, but that would be bad because everybody would be sad and then I would go pee and you would watch me. No. This is getting weird. Let's not do the rhyme thing. It forces you into dark corners. It forces you into darkness that you don't want to be in, people. That's why I don't recommend rhyming anything ever. I see people doing it on the streets and I freak out and I say, you shouldn't be rhyming. They're going to get us all. And then sure enough, one of my feet falls off and everybody starts laughing, as they do. Hell, I even laugh sometimes, but that's not the point. The point is, it's a joyous occasion and I'm happy to be here. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day so far. Let's see. Your goldfish for you. No goldfish for you tonight. Darn it. The wife has been on my tail from the last time I chose to partake. Well, that's what, it's the funny thing about Goldfish Fridays because, you know, we can't spell partake without partay, you know? Yeah. And that's what my life is. It's just one big partay. I think I could actually easily change my life overnight. But I'd rather wait a lifetime to do it. Well, I would rather wait for the end of my life to be to it. I don't know how that song goes. All I know is that I would hijack it, take it over, and show people what I've really got. I've showed people that I've got what it takes. They'll see that I've got what it takes to rock and roll, baby. That's what it's all about. At the end of the day, at the end of your life, I want to kick my shoes off and say, God damn it, I rock and rolled. And I want to be able to point to some episodes, some flabbergastus, for people to see exactly what I'm trying to talk about. Was it the time I dressed up like a bunny bear and ran around in my underwear? Cowboy underwear, everybody, don't get frisky. Big old long johns, because it was the dead of winter. And we were just three lost British souls on an island. An island where, unfortunately, a couple boats of cowboys crashed up upon. And on the other side, there was a bunch of Frenchmen. And holy moly, they were at war. Long before we got there. They had been there for 3 years. Could never work together. But they had wonderful meals. And I think that's what turned the tides of tyranny for us all. And that's why we are allowed to talk and speak freely of who we are and what we are now. Because of those brave souls on that bloody island. It's hardly worth mentioning. Hardly worth mentioning. Get off my lawn, you little prick. Get off my lawn, you make me sick. There we go. I'm still writing verses. I just kind of write verses in my head all the time, everybody. That's how I roll. Yeah. We do it a little bit different out here in the country. We rock and then we roll. You know, it's not something that you do like willy-nilly. It's you do one after the other, one foot in front of the other kind of stuff. You know how that is. Come on now. Out in the country, waxing off my boots, taking off my socks, and I'm looking for some shoots. Sticking tobacco in my lip. Gonna take a skin dip in the river tonight, baby. Yeah. Still working on that one. I think I'm pretty much there. I'm thinking it sounds pretty good. I've still got to come up with the bridge. And everybody's watching from the balcony as we do it. In the hot tub and shit in the sheets. Or poop in the streets, maybe. Well, we've done both. Oh, sorry, everybody. I'm out of, oh, geez, what the hell? There we go. This is what I'm actually, there we go. Perfect. I'm going to stop talking now. And then you just fill in the gaps. This isn't the best pen to do this kind of background with. I have to go over it a few times. It's not that bad, I guess. It's just that if you're a marker, I expect you to do your job. And it pisses me off that I have to go over the same spot 4 times just to get the kind of darkness that I need. Let's do this. Then when you don't want to do all black, just add a little star or a cloud or a little spiral or something like that. Little galaxy off in the middle of nowhere. Little circle right there. Why not? Just throw it in there. You gotta just do what you just gotta do, so. Can't let fear stop you. Fear is also not being able to look in your heart and remember who you are, where you come from, and remember what it was like to have wonder and intrigue and be inspired by the world around you instead of disappointed. We need to start feeding out of a different trough if we're going to survive this mess. Unfortunately, there are those who don't want to survive with the rest. They're dangerous. And they are full of rage. They are the reptiles, of course. On their planet, rage is a virtue. And why shouldn't it be ours, they say? Well, I've come to tell you today that for $22.99 a month, I shall teach you how to be so rageful. Me, Story Grub. I shall teach you to be of rage. And then at the end of the month, the first month anyways, there's 17 months. The prices increase towards the end until it's about $5,000 a month. Anywho, just try to get that out of the way at first. That way, if you're still listening, you know what you're getting yourself into. You can't reach 17 months without taking the first course once, right? So you end up getting stuck in it, and you've just got to get to the end to find out what it's all about. Wouldn't you be surprised to find out that the end is, oh, can't say. It's going to cost you. Okay. But when it comes to art, this is part 1. Part 1, come undone. Let's have some fun. I'm not sure what we're doing, or why I just said that, but I did. And dear, I love you, and I miss you, and I wish you'd come home. We all do, even the goddamn pigs. They're blapping for you every day. I'm crying out the window. Somebody's sticking their butt out the window over there right now, crying about it. We wish you'd come home, darling. We all miss you so much. There we go, perfect. We got ourselves a slam jam. A drip draw. Here we go. Perfect. Switch on. Not sure what any of that Jabberwocky means, but Jabber talkie me. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. There we go. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. I guess 2 decent times is enough. That was a nice little diddle. Oh gosh, see? That's pretty much what I was wanting to do, I guess. We used to call that a country flapjack back in the day. Just as ornery as ever. That little flapper. What's the name of this melody called? Were you asking me? I just made it up. That was the first and last time that song will ever be played. But there's always like some kind of variation of it in my head going on, you know? A certain style of, I don't know what it is even. It's sort of like, it's definitely rock influence, but it's almost reminds you of folk music or Celtic music or something. Or at least that's what I hear in my head. I definitely can't always do what I hear in what I'm really doing in my head is so much more, or what I hear, because I hear horns and I hear a rhythm section. My first love was the drums, actually. My first instrument. My first musical instrument obsession, anyways. But I never played drums. It was just that it's kind of weird. But my brother, when I was in the 2nd grade, my brother came home one day from school and he was like, "We're going to be in a band and you're going to be the drummer." And he was probably, I guess he would have been in like the 6th grade or something. He was 4 years ahead of me. But, you know, when your older brother, it tells you, you know, you're going to be in a band with him, it was actually quite a privilege. It was a compliment to me anyways, because like, well, I remember the first time my brother ever called me dude, you know, that kind of stuff. It was like, I don't know. 1990 when I was 10. But yeah, I started not analyzing, I guess, but listening to drums differently when my brother told me that from the second grade all throughout my life. Like I tend to listen to the drums first when it comes to music, or the rhythm. I think the rhythm has to get me in order for me to really fall in love with a song. Or it's something that catches my attention from a distance, and then it makes me like look at the song differently and like reevaluate the song if it's like a song I've heard a million times. But sometimes sometimes it just seems like you just need to be in a certain mood to get a song, and then it clicks and you understand it thoroughly, or that song is a part of some kind of heavy experience that you went through, and later on it can trigger kind of like all these memories and feelings, and just like a sense of smell would do. And I think a lot of that is where deja vu comes from too. This pen is really cool. Works really well on this paper. Do I listen to drum and bass? No. No, I'm always listening to music. Or lately I've been listening to like a bunch of like podcasts about religious books and stuff like that, like different ideas and different. Something caught my attention the other day, and I wanted to know more about a specific thing, but it led me down a rabbit hole of like all these different. And I have most of the stuff. I'm just just when they're talking and describing where all these texts from all over the world and what informed what, and because there's just like centuries and centuries and centuries of just these books just gaining just it's amazing what they have, and like what we know from people that were like around 3000, or not, I guess like 2000, probably like 3000 years ago and stuff, because the pyramids, they had things going back generation, like thousands of years, and they only found some of that stuff. It's not even like they found everything when it comes to the Egyptians. And they kept a very detailed record of their pharaohs. So like they were going back, they were already ancient by the time, the freaking pharaohs were there and stuff. Um, but then all of the different gods, and there's just a lot of that kind of stuff fascinates me. But it's a lot of and different translations, and it's really fascinating because it is to me. But yeah, I've been learning about these the demiurge. And for some reason, I always thought the demiurge was kind of like an event that happened, but the demiurge was like a god. It was like I forget what they call it, but it was created by Sophia, like the wisdom of the universe and the cosmos, Sophia, and all this kind of stuff. And in different texts say different stuff, but that's the general idea, is that this thing created the universe. And some people say that it's the God in the Old Testament and all this kind of stuff. It's just really because and I'm not saying these guys, but like people from back in the day, that's what they were saying, in different manuscripts and books and codexes and codices. And I like ancient history. I like ancient art, and ancient mythology is where we all come from. It's where we get most of our mythology today, is from these people that lived. Even Plato lived, good lord, 10 million years ago. I think Plato was a 10 million year old man. And how do you answer that? People always ask, he's still alive today. He lives in New York. He runs a gallery in Soho. He's pretty cool. I think I'd see just a video not too long ago about that. There's a specific theologist, doctor. His name's Justin Sledge. I watch his show called Esoterica, and it sort of has gotten me into some different things. But then you know like those random ones pop up and they're like, to be a stoic you've got to they're like these weird like AI videos, and some of them are kind of cool, but they also, when you watch one of those, it recommends stuff. And I've watched, it led me to this other young person, this young man who's very smart, and his channel is more for somebody like me who's like a dum dum. And because a lot of the stuff that Dr. Sledge talks about and things like that, the esoteric stuff, is just goes, because he just goes balls deep in this stuff, and I'm just like, holy crap! Like there's, and I've read the Bible, and you know that's the only really big Bible thing that I've read. I haven't read like different versions of it. I've just read the King James Bible, you know, from start to finish, and uh, and it was hard doing that. And but then you learn one day that different there's thousands of different, you know, manuscripts and writings and ideas about, you know, what it means to be this religion or that religion. And there's all these different offshoots of all these religions, and they all have manuscripts and they all have a history and that goes back thousands of years. And it's just, and it all adds up to like, you know, it makes our current, you know, world, it gives it some context, I guess, because we're informed by these these ancient ideas as well, and they still you know, take place in our debates and in our minds these days. It's the same kind of, the same people, the working class people have the same issues now that they did 2,000 years ago. You know, we just keep we just keep repeating the cycle over and over and over. And the only thing is now is that they're making a spaceship. The rich people are making a spaceship to go to the moon and live. You know, God, that's good for them. But we're not invited. So I, for starters, in order to gain your support, am building a gigantic submarine, and we can all get in that goddamn submarine. At least 5 of us, and we can go. And we could go to the center of the ocean, which is the center of the world, baby. So just think about it. But we have very limited time. So you're gonna have to figure it out in the next like probably like 10 seconds. We gotta go. That's what makes religious study so interesting. It's a history of less than a simplest, but it's so vast in different beliefs from so many different areas. Well, yeah, and then, you know, there's just things that are the politics of the day are kind of put into it. And I was listening to this thing today about how I don't want to get super, you know, I don't want somebody to come out of somewhere and be like, are you blaspheming? Because I usually don't like talk about religion and things like that, but I'm not like disrespecting it. I'm not disrespecting religion. If anything, if I'm ever talking negative about religion, it's about the people who hide behind it and use it as like a shield to hide themselves from their shitty deeds. Because I grew up with people like that in my life, and they, believe it or not, you know, made me into a better person by being bad people. But or at least I wanted to be a better person, you know. Definitely not perfect. And I've hurt people deeply and when I was younger and stuff, and I regret so many stupid things that I did when I was young. Because I just grew up and I realized like, whoa, I didn't think I would live this long. I thought I was just gonna. It doesn't matter. But you just got to keep going no matter what. Ain't got time for that shit. I don't even got time to toast my bread. That's why it's better and easier just to be a good person right off the bat and give people the benefit of the doubt and have some convictions and stand by them and stick up for those who have them as well and who don't falter at the feet of the morbidly incurious. There's my lid. I'm here to do two things. Chew some bubblegum and kick some ass. We're almost out of bubblegum. Sorry. Hey, Daniel. Have a good night. Say hello to Germany for me. How do you say I love Germany in Germanic? I love you. How do you say that in German? I wonder. If anybody knows, please let me know. Suka Blayet. Joseph, did I just say something? Did I just say something that I shouldn't have said? Suka Blayet. Is that true? Is that true? Or did I just say like white power in German? I'm just kidding. What's up, Joseph? How you doing? Eek, leek, dick. Eek. That's right. Eek, eek, lip, dick. Thank you. I mean, gracias. Would y'all like to sit down and have some I almost said whore-made. I was like gonna say gourmet or whore. God dang, what the hell Freudian slip was that? Would anybody like to sit down and have some homemade? I forgot what I was gonna say now. Some whore-made home chili. I got the propane. All right. Let's fix this little sucker. Send it off to a good place. Little Johnny, we're working on the tractor again. You fell into the gear shifter and now I'm alone by myself. I've gotta dig a hole for Johnny. Gotta dig him right in the cornfield. Come spring, that pile of corn over there's gonna taste really goddamn good. Because little Johnny's in the soil. Whoa, little Johnny, he's growing up in the corn. A little corn cob Johnny, a jicky Donald. What we're gonna do without you, but get me some popcorn from the field, Daddy. Gonna eat little Johnny. Pretty sure that's how that song goes. Or maybe it's just how I wanted it to go. Little cross hatching over there. Gotta do something right there too, right here, maybe. Right there. Little scuffle on the buffle. There we go. Let's put a little bit of light line over there. And blend it in, just like so. Just enough where you know where that would stay. Just enough, okay? Now look at it in the eye and in the forehead. Good. Looking good. We're making our way back home now. We're coming back together with the other eye right there. See it? There we go. Perfect. Mustang Sally. Y'all got me singing like a little canary. That's really nice, y'all. You said hell yeah in German? CH like in choo-choo. Oh, Ditch. Ditch. Ich lieb dich. Now I'm fluent in German. Thank you, Daniel. You're an angel.
And also, thanks for all the likes, friends. You know, I don't expect much, but what I do much, I expect. And that's why I'm bringing home today with me a book about how to be a better person online. And the first course is saying thank you to everybody who ever know to come out here. So this is the first one I just want to say right now. Thank you. Oh my golly gosh darn dang. Everything is finally coming together. Going on a long trip this weekend. I've been having these crazy dreams. I don't even know what is up and what's down anymore. But I can get down with it. I can still get down with it. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what I can get down and down off. Wait, what? That, that, I don't know what that means. I was thinking I could maybe just start something else. And it could last 1,000 years and nobody would even notice. And if that's okay with you, then that's okay with me. Look at that little eyeball. Whoa, zoom, zoom. All I wanna do was wanna zoom, 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 and zoom, zoom, zoom. You are stardust, as we are. So say we are. So say we are, friend. So say we are. I started a TikTok. I don't know if I like TikTok. It's really weird. But I've been getting a little bit of love over there. It always sucks when you get sucked into it. Like when you start watching stories and I feel like it kind of is more curated for your personal tastes and preferences more than like Instagram is. Even though it's just you know how you can kind of tell where you spend a lot of time on one video because you're just curious about what the video is, and then all of a sudden it's just like targeting all it just kind of switches over to this whole other here you watch that for more than 10 seconds, here's a buttload more of it. You know, it's kind of weird. What is that? What is wet over there that's doing that? That's impossible. I'm not sure. Do you see that? It got wet. The only reason I would download that or a three-eyed immortal cat wizard draw me an unk. I yeah, probably could. What? I guess I know what it's. I guess it would be more like a. Here's the eyebrow. Side face. And then it would be. Little forehead unk. A hidden unk.
I like these pens and this paper. Some weird stuff. There we go. Absolutely miserable. Good night, Daniel. This is from a dream I had the other night about a walking onk with a face for a belly and a mouth for a hole and a hole for a mouth. It was quite a strange night. Don't want to repeat it. Don't know if I could if I wanted to be honest. And to be quite frank, I didn't like the role. I didn't like playing a man named Frank. Didn't make any sense till I looked in the mirror and I said, "Oh my God, yes, nope, I am Frank." And so then I learned how to play Frank, and I became Frank. And the movie was called To Be Frank. And so, you know, I was just a person in a movie playing a man named Frank. It's not a big deal. But for some reason, the studios didn't buy it, and they sent me away for many, many years, where I learned how to dance, how to laugh, how to cry. It was the best summer of my life, really. And that's all I have to say about that. What else is there to say, really? I mean, come on now. See, always leave yourself an out. There you go. I like hair. Hair always does it for me. There we go. All right. I better shove off. Just wanted to come and say hi. Hi. Finish this one. I think that one looks kind of cool. All right, all right. Thank you, Recluse. Joseph, if you're still there, thank you. Y'all have a good night now. Daniel, good night. Everybody, good night. And I'm gonna go good night myself. Good night, good night. Good night. Good night.